I grew up in Montgomery. It was a great place to grow up there. My twin brother and I were involved in a lot of team sports and made a lot of friends, and we had a great education in the public system with some good mentors, both as teachers and coaches. My first job was working in my dad's home building company. As we got older and moved from high school into college, my dad taught us more about managing real estate and other things that would be helpful in my career going forward. My dad said, you need to go to college in the state of Alabama because you're going to be making friends and doing business with the people right here. And he gave me an opportunity to move to Birmingham. The way he stated it was, I'm going to give you an opportunity to fail. I was offered the opportunity to manage all of the properties that we were involved in, set the stage for me to be able to take the company public. Mr. Bestoff, who was a part of K&V Drugs, sat down next to me and laid a document in front of me and said, Tom, look at this. I said, what's that, Mr. Bestoff? He said, this is the future of real estate in the United States. This is a prospectus for an REIT. I said, a REIT? He said, yeah, this is a property REIT, and this is going to be the future. Make a long story short, Cooper's Librand helped my team put a prospectus together, and 2 years later, in September of 1993, we were ringing the bell at our IPO on the New York Stock Exchange. You know, I hesitate to start throwing names around because there have been so many people that have influenced my life. Of course, first my dad, his work ethic, he worked 24/7 and he loved working. That was not work to him. I said, Dad, what's your hobby? He said, work.
The thing, I guess, that I learned from Tom, even though I was involved with a very large corporation, was his ability to deal effectively with the corporate board at Colonial Properties. But in addition to that, I think Tom's involvement in the community is one that really stands out. But he was generous and continues to be generous today. Everybody should recognize how outstanding that is. I think the Alabama Business Hall of Fame has selected and nominated an individual who deserves this honor. There are many effective leaders in the state, and Tom Lowder stands out as being one of the most effective leaders not only in Birmingham, the state of Alabama, with all that he has done from a corporate standpoint, as well as all he has done in the community. He's a consummate businessman and business leader.
He had a great idea for forming Colonial Properties Trust. He really took the genesis of what we had put together and grew it 2, 3, 4, 5 times as big as it was. So, well, we grew up together as friends, and we're still best friends. And that says a lot. On the philanthropy side, you know, Tom's a very fair, generous person. And you can tell by everything he touches, he gets involved in.
Growing up, my dad said, son, there's 3 things remember to do. Tithe to your church, give your blood to the Red Cross, and pay your fair share to United Way. I was lucky enough to move to Birmingham and meet my first wife. She made a great mother and a great partner. And when she passed away from early Alzheimer's, she left her charitable trust for nursing scholarships at UAB, which is great. Jarman and I went out to California. We had a second home in Carmel. There was this dilapidated old historic ranch. I bought it, and the short story of that is I could fix the ranch, but I couldn't fix Jarman. We planted 18 acres of grapes and 110 olive trees. We made olive oil and we made wine, and part of our profits and production to go towards charity neurological efforts, both Alzheimer's, ALS, Huntington's disease, and that's where our true heart is today, both with what we're doing at the winery and what we do personally. I brought Susan down to the Symphony Ball here in Birmingham, and we quickly were a match because she had cared for her husband who had passed away with ALS, and we sort of had similar histories. Susan and I are sort of the Grady Bunch in reverse. She had 3 sons, I have 3 daughters, and that has produced 8 grandchildren from age 17 down to 1 year old, so we're busy grandparents. Thank you to the university and the Alabama Business Hall of Fame Selection Committee and the board. This was a great honor. My dad was honored in this way a number of years ago, so thank you very much.